Do you find that there's times when you have clients make requests, they want you to do something that was outside the original scope of work? It wasn't part of what you originally agreed to. And when that happens, you're not sure to respond, or possibly there's something that appears straightforward when you're doing that quick review during the initial consultation. But when you actually get into the project and the work, it's totally more complicated than you expected. This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution. And that was actually a question that Jenny asked me about dealing with work that actually goes beyond that scope that was originally agreed upon and that she thought that she was going to be getting into as far as the project went, and wanted to be able to know how to navigate. So I figured it's common with so many accounting firms, and I wanted to share my response with you also. And part of what was happening with her is she started doing a cleanup project. And when she got into it, she realized there was so much more complication than what she originally assessed. And as she dug in, she found additional accounts. There was a forgotten line of credit. It was never, ever closed. And also transactions that just weren't categorized correctly. Oh, and the chart of accounts needed a complete overhaul. So Jenny realized that the fixed fee price that she originally gave was way too low, but this was a new client. And that was something that concerned her as well. Have you been having that experience too? And what did you do when that happened? Would love to know what your response was. But when we were talking about this, here's the deal that I explained to her. She has three options. She can go back to the client and discuss increasing the fee because of the complications she found and that it was actually more work than she originally assessed. If she had a work agreement, which is option 2, she could review what's in scope and then what was out of scope and explain it to the client and readjust her fee accordingly. And the third thing is she could just leave things well enough. Completing the project, lowering her profit margin, it's going to take more time than expected, but it avoided an uncomfortable conversation. And she was hoping to then make it up later on as she enrolled them into a monthly service. So those were the three options we talked about. This was a very difficult learning lesson for her, and one that she's had over time. She just didn't figure out how to be able to address it or solve it. So once again, I'm really interested, what would you do? But what we talked about is that instead of having this occur over and over and over again, she needed a process. She needed something that allowed her to accurately scope the project so that she wouldn't be taking a hit when she got into it and she found these unexpected complications. And because of that, she felt that she no longer wanted to just accept the fee that was low profit, more work. She was ready to fix this. So what we talked about was how to be able to have the initial consultation, to be able to actually scope it out accurately in order to remove the surprises, the unexpected complications, and then discuss the fee moving forward with it being fully scoped out and having that work agreement in place that outlined everything that was included and how to address it if it wasn't included, and how to have the words to be able to do it in a way that was client-centered. So those were some of the things that we talked about. And as a result of that, Jenny was able to stop doing work for free because she now had a system in place that resolved the out-of-scope issues that she previously had been dealing with for much too long. So once again, want to say that you don't have to keep on allowing this to happen. You can fix this, and then you can always kickstart your new client relationships without any concerns that you're going to have these headaches and surprises and have to take a hit because you didn't want to reach out and let them know that there was going to be a higher fee. If you feel like that is something that interests you, you would like to transform your firm from stressful to successful, you want these onboarding processes in place, then I suggest you check out the Profitable Client Formula. And it is at businesssuccesssolution.com/client-formula. So once again, businesssuccesssolution.com/client-formula to be able to get the process, be able to fix the issue, no longer have to tolerate too much work for low rates. I look forward to further conversations. Lauren Fogelman showing accounting firm owners how to double their rates and work half the time. Take care.